How's it going? It's PM Designs. So, I started looking at some camera accessories the other day, and stuff I've been looking at. If you've been doing photography for a little while, you've probably come across the Platypod line of, I guess, low-angle tripods, or, you know, I don't know what's a good name for the category and the niche that they fill. But I've been looking at a lot of these different multi-purpose, unique situation camera supporting devices. You've got ones that clamp onto different surfaces. I've come across a couple that are straps around things. You like strap it onto a light pole or around a tree or a fence post, basketball goal, different things. And you've got mounts for smaller things, like your GoPro style size items. But I started looking, and my biggest thing is, and I know it's stuff that's filling a very small area, and because of that, you don't have tons and tons of people coming to buy these things, so you don't have, Chinese made or overseas made parts coming in and kind of bringing the price down, and then the company being like, well, we're losing a lot of our business over here, we can drop our price down and sell more, whatever. But there are a few options like with them, that you can find less expensive things, and there's always, going the DIY route. Like I've seen on a lot of forums, a lot of people talking about is, if I had a machine shop or a CNC or a lathe or this, I could make that for a fraction of the cost. I mean, that's true, but then you have to think of the time into that, the tooling cost, materials cost. I mean, you might be able to make it, that one time cheaper, but I mean, unless you're running it as a business, it's probably going to cost you more to, get all that stuff set up to do all that. Unless like everything else is a hobby, whatever. But so one thing I've been looking around is looking for a commercially produced product similar to what the Platypod offers. And I know on there, like, there's a bunch of different little things. You got holes where you can screw it on, run some screws through it and attach it to something. You have slots where you can, run a strap through it or run a belt through it. And now they're making all the accessories. And, this isn't a knock on Platypod or either their products, either the Max or the Ultra. But to me, it's a little bit more than I want to spend. Especially looking at, after I buy that, I still need to put a ball head on it. To me, it's not like where I'm buying a tripod where, it needs to be built better to hold my camera solid, or it needs to be built like this, a piece of aluminum that's, whatever thickness that they're making it. And dimensionally, it's for most every person, whether it's a little bit better grade aluminum or it's a little cheaper grade aluminum, it's probably going to work the same for either person. So to me, it's you're paying for the fact that it's a niche item, and it's they're probably not making a whole, they're probably not making runs of hundreds of thousands of these. So I've been looking around at for different stuff and seeing what I can do that I can make my own, just putting together different parts and pieces that are already available. One thing I did look at was I think it's like a cheese plate or a cheese I think it's a cheese plate is what I found it under on Amazon. But it's basically like these 2x4 or 3x5, 3x6 different size. They have different sizes of them. You just kind of have to, on most of them, you got to convert the millimeters or centimeters to inches if that's what you're used to using. But I was looking at those for something like that, because then I can run, just run a male-to-male stud to connect a ball head onto it, and I have different places to put it on there so I can get my center of gravity correct, so it's not, wanting to fall over and whatnot. It has a bunch of 1/4-20 holes, so I can do like the Platypod and use those, get some 2.5, 3-inch bolts and use those to run through it to adjust, to level it. Which really, if you're using a ball head, I mean, unless you're kind of pushing the limits of your ball head, or you're trying to put it on top of like a round surface, like a rock or something, then having those legs, in that I could see that happening. But if it's on a table or something, I'd probably just run it flat like it is. So looking at those, and I came across a couple different ideas through that, but it's so if you have any ideas for some like commercially, so maybe some DIY variants of commercially available stuff, be good to hear that. And whenever I get the stuff in that I ordered for the one I'm gonna put together for my for what I'm looking to do, I'm gonna go ahead and post some pictures and stuff like that, or probably post a video of it. And the only option is what I ended up going with doesn't have. It just has a 3/8 threaded stud in the middle to attach the ball head to. And one little issue I may have that I may end up correcting just with some DIY is I may end up drilling another hole and seeing if I can just remove the little C-clip that holds that stud in place and just use that one in a different spot, or if I'll just need to get like another 3/8 inch thumb screw or something to be able to use in another portion to kind of, just like with the Platypod, where I can offset to get that center of gravity where it needs to be for the lens and everything. But overall, I'm really just looking for something to bring around with my A6000 with the 18-200 on it. Mainly because if I want to do stuff with the A7, just because of the weight, since I'm running the 2470 2.8 or the 70-200 f4, I would need more stability. So with that one, I would always just throw that on my Manfrotto tripod. But when I'm wanting to go travel somewhere, I may want to, where I have options to be able to just put something down on a park bench, adjust the angle to get my composure to where I want it, my composition the way I want it. So that's kind of where I'm at, is looking for something that's easy to pack when traveling, and can fill what I need, versus having to lug a big tripod around, unless the situation warrants needing to bring the large tripod and all that stuff. So that should be here soon, and I'll make a video on that one. So thanks for watching, and like I said, if you have any good DIY projects that you've made that, when I mean DIY, stuff that works well and has good appearance to it too. I'm looking for stuff that, if you brought it out in a professional setting, someone's not gonna look at it and be like, what is this that you have, tin cans piled on top? I know in a pinch you kind of have to do what works, but I'm looking for stuff that DIY things that look well made. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.